And action. We're live.
Yes.
What's up, everybody? Jensen Cummings here. Thank you for tuning in as always. Special time for any of our normal fans. We're usually on at noon. I don't even know what time it is, but it's definitely afternoon. Exciting for us because we got to come on location tonight for the third and final soft opening of Birdhouse in Erie, Colorado. They open up on June 24th, Wednesday, June 24th. Come check them out. We had everything from tacos to ramen to fried chicken tonight. I mean, we really ate through it, right? So we're gonna have a couple guests on tonight. First, Scott Skibn, who is operations partner here at Birdhouse. Thank you, my friend, for being on.
Thank you for having us. I really appreciate you guys coming on.
All right, so you're opening a restaurant in the middle of a pandemic. I feel like we kind of need to start there, and then we'll work backwards. But the mentality, the approach, the challenges that you're facing right now, kind of give us some insight into why it was important for you to push through, and kind of what the process has been like for you.
Well, unfortunately, we were about 85% of the way there when all this started to happen. So there was no break in it. We're going for it either way. I think, fortunately for us, we operate our concepts in smaller markets, so it's not quite as drastic as it is for some of those concepts in Denver and Boulder.
Right.
People have become so super hyper local about supporting small businesses that it was terrible and it was rough.
Yeah.
But our people and our guests supported us and helped us grind through it. So
you said concepts, multiple. What else are you guys owning, operating?
Yeah, we have community over in Lafayette as well, and my partner Chris oversees both kitchens, and then I'm basically in charge of operations. Mostly Chris is in charge of making us look good, and I'm in charge of getting us opportunities to let him make us look good.
That's it.
That's basically what
I love it.
So we've kind of, I would say that Chris has done a phenomenal job of kind of positioning us over in community to be successful during all of this happening, limiting our menu, limiting our staff, but also making sure that it's something that people can find very approachable and cost effective and be super trying at hard times. And with the opening, it's been still really good, and it's one of those things right now. I think everybody is the key token word out there is pivot and adjustment and all those things. And I think that's really what's going to make it to survive is how many weird changes and how many weird things can you do to make this work through the next foreseeable year, 2 years. We follow state mandates, but people have been great and still coming out and supporting us. And it's taught us some lessons, but it's also like there's some things that come out of COVID that's like we're never going to do that. We're always going to do this thing.
Absolutely.
Like, reservations, like it has changed our lives over in where it's just like, nope, we don't do walk-ins anymore. The times are set. You don't have another appointment. You can show up at 5:45 p.m. It's broken up. So
changes the game. Give us a couple more because most of our audience watching, 70% of them are in the trenches, in restaurants, owners, operators, lots of our unsung hospitality heroes from servers, bussers, dishwashers, all of that. And they're all going through this right now. It's a massive struggle. And to your point, there's some opportunities. So talk about like the human factor of what are some of the specific challenges that you've overcome? And what are some of why the hell did we used to do that? Walk-ins clearly is one of them.
100%. Yeah, that was for sure. This was so stupid. But the other side, I think one of the things that we've really established and been able to do is we kept all of our management team and then all of our key staff members on, whether they were turning into basically glorified pizza Hut delivery drivers.
Right.
We did free delivery and a certain distance just to make sure that I can keep my people.
Whatever it takes.
And the other side of the thing is I think it just made us a lot more tight knit. I had 3 or 4 employees that literally you started learning how to frame and do construction because over here we need to get it done. And, I have 3 or 4 of my guys over there that's like learn how to frame a wall, learn how to hang FRP. All that
people in the industry just figure shit out. That's like foundational.
Yeah, so it was it's a terrible and horrible experience as it is. I think there's some good silver lining that we can kind of look at and say, hey, we really went through this together. And I think everybody knows that I'll even in the street, like, people are just nicer. People make more eye contact. People say hello. Like, there
So
is
we're slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like people are a little more appreciative of each other at this point. And for us business-wise, we grinded it out, and we're kind of seeing it on the other end. And hopefully things do get better. Obviously, they're not looking too great this week, but it's one of those things. Now we're just designing this business around all those lessons that we've learned, specifically over there. We had so many people come in there like, you already thought of it, and you did the QR code. It's like, no. I just learned everything the hard way already once. So we just walked in, we're ready to go. And obviously, with the help of Ari over there in the corner, just so.
QR code menus, that's one thing I want to touch on.
Yeah.
What's that been like? Has it felt clumsy? Has it felt seamless for you? Give us a little insight there.
I think for the most part, it's actually goes really well. I think it's pretty seamless. You do run into somebody who doesn't have a QR code or anything on their phone.
Yeah.
We have some older guests that are just like, that's not for me. So we always keep one-use menus over now. We always run single use just so they can have the option no matter what. But on the other side, it's actually been really nice. I think people are like, oh, cool, this makes sense. Like, we also do a touchless payment as well. So they have a QR code at the end, so they can just scan the credit card. They don't have to give it to anybody. All that kind of action. So it's just been, we're just learning.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to pivot and make sure that we're doing the best we can.
A lot of learning. Let's talk about high-touch hospitality, the steps of service, right? That everyone can see people walking behind us, wearing their masks. There's some inherent awkwardness in it. Yet also just tonight through our flow, there was still just a lot of personality. And sometimes it's hard to get personality across like this, yet your staff was clear that. Talk about what was the training? How are you guys going about that? How are you instilling confidence in the interaction? Because that is very different.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, it's one of those things that you just get so used to wearing gloves all the time. You get so used to wearing masks that you kind of work through it and you just adjust to it a lot quicker than you would think. So once you've lived in gloves and a mask for the last 4 or 5 months, you're just, you're a little more adjusted to the new lifestyle. But the other side being, especially with guest and guest interaction, I think people are just really excited to be out. And so, our servers are excited to get back to work.
Yeah.
You just see their heart, they're scared. They're just like, finally, we get back in there, we're actually serving tables. They're excited to have real guests. They're excited to, have that experience. And then on the other side, you just see guests that they're understanding. And I think people it's one of those things everybody always takes for granted. You can go out to eat, you just go out to the restaurant whenever you want. And I think we're seeing the other side now where people are like, no, that's not exactly true. And I'm really excited to be out. And I understand that there's weird little things. And there's going to be some, area idiosyncratic, let's say, things. But I think people are super cool about it. And very supportive. Like, oh, all right, okay. I think people are adjusting to it. Staff as well. It's just the excitement there.
For sure. Let's talk about the team, because some people feel that sense of community and they feel very confident. There's trust and confidence on both sides from leadership and line level. And then you hear horror stories of other places where the staff wants nothing to do with the restaurant because they don't feel safe. So talk about how important was it to make sure that everybody from your internal guests, external guests felt absolutely safe. Trust and confidence was clearly foundational.
I definitely think that was migration when we first kind of started to come back in and step back in. And we're taking every precaution possibly. And, we take temperatures. Everybody walks in the door. There's a lock. We check everybody out. We also, have instructed all of our staff to just be careful when you're out there because you are already being at a higher risk just by working in restaurants. So,
sure.
Try to limit your other risks. When you're out there, whether it's going to another restaurant or people that are working in an airline industry or whatever the case may be. It's always kind of a balance, but the staff has been great. I think the biggest struggle that I've really heard about is people saying hey, people don't want to come back to work that are on unemployment. So we had a couple of conversations with key staff members who said, hey guys, but that's something that's going to last forever.
Right.
Do you want to have a job at the end of this? Our key staff members were
we're in.
So let's do it. And, we made it kind of grind it out. And I would say one of the biggest things that is changed for us is the entire business model. Now our kitchen staff gets a serious percentage of tips. Bartenders, they don't really exist anymore. That's not a thing. So bartenders are servers. So bartending, you are treated as a server.
Okay.
So you're pulled into the tip pool of the servers. They don't tip out to bartenders anymore. It's just we were tonight, so he gets this portion. just like you. So it's been kind of an adjustment, especially the kitchen serving. And I think, as we all know, those guys just grind, and it's a rough, terrible job. So, we've kind of put our focus to make sure that, hey, they're getting so much money these days. We want to retain those people as much as we can. And they do deserve that. I mean, you've got so much takeout and delivery, and those guys are the other reason we put it. So, as you were asking, we changed our entire model where it's like, hey, this is how tips work now, and everybody's on the same page. And that means that the kitchen's going to make your food better because they know you'll get a bigger tip because it's a wage.
Yeah, there's incentive there.
Yeah. Just how we situated that and kind of address these things as we learn more as we go along.
Are you pumped to be back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit crazy, but
of course.
It is. It's still interesting. It's still not quite the same thing.
Of course.
It's still good to be back, and especially with opening a new place and seeing the general enthusiasm in the town of Erie, people coming up, banging on the door, walking in, just being like, "Hey, gotta get in here!" Like, it's cool to see that people are just still so ready.
Yeah.
It's
clear.
Yeah. And, this local community it's our kind of different concepts, and they have been 100% supportive of that, and that's been an amazing thing to see.
Love hearing that. All right, let's get Chris over here. Come on over, chef. All right, so also don't sleep on Erie because it's kind of tucked between a couple spots, but if you can get up to Erie, definitely check it out. It was very cool when we pulled up. They actually have the road shut down and people are dining out right on the street, which was super cool.
Super cool.
So, all right, next on, Chris Teigland, chef owner here at Birdhouse and community as well, Lafayette.
Yep.
Lafayette, right on Main Street. Is that called Main Street?
South Public Road.
South Public Road. That is a horrible name for a road.
Yeah.
To have to be the main commerce road, but whatever. Check them out too. Eat at Community, Eat at Birdhouse. I'm sure on the ticker we got names and tags and handles and
all
Rock
the handles,
Quarry.
all the cool stuff.
Rock Quarry is all over that stuff. So, when did we meet? You were the chef at Bonaquisti Winery, right?
Balistreri.
Balistreri Winery.
No, it was there was some event there and a bunch of different
Slow Food
had
a charity event that we helped organize, brought a bunch of chefs together, had it at your spot for the 2013 floods.
Yeah.
Right?
We've known each other for
a long time. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Time flies when you're when you're in the restaurant biz. All right, so tonight's meal, awesome. You took us a lot of places, from tacos to ramen to fried chicken to queso, which was on fire for sure. Super good.
Man.
So
appreciate that.
Give people a little bit of kind of, this felt very much like a personal journey versus like we're doing one style of food. So talk about that a little bit.
I think honestly, what kind of looked out of this is just the food I grew up eating. So in Chicago, I had Mexican food. I had all sorts of different Asian food, and that's comfort food to me. My mom was an awesome cook, but there's so many nights where she was working or busy, and it's like, let's just go pick something up, and that's just the flavors that make sense to me. So when Scott had this idea of like, what do we do with these, and how can you make that work? I was like, it just makes sense to me. Like, I think it's what people want. And even like I was saying, on like a chef side to it, our walk-in, there's just so many things. It's like, this works for everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's really, there's no reason why these can't be in the same restaurant. So
I like it.
Yeah.
People looking at the tacos. You guys are making tortillas.
Yes.
I joke about it, but if you're making tacos, you're not making your own tortillas. Like, get out of the game.
100%. Flour tortillas, you can maybe buy some that are pretty decent, and it's okay.
Fair.
Am I allowed to swear?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. You aren't shit if you're not making your own corn tortillas. There is nobody making good corn tortillas to buy. They fall apart. They're super shitty. They're super dry. These things, like just the corn, like when we smell it, it's like so sweet and amazing. I think it makes a huge, hopefully, I mean, you got to eat it. Like, I think it's a huge difference from what you're buying at the store.
Yes.
I don't think you stay in business if you're not doing that. So
I feel like we're just going to talk about tacos this whole time, which I'm totally into.
Yeah. Okay. Pause.
So really good with the tortillas. There was a lot of bounce to them. Clearly they were fresh, tons of texture on there. And then what I was interested in, I was like, man, everything that I like about this taco right now comes from the tortilla, because the tortilla is like having great noodles or having great pasta. Like, I think it really, really matters. And then we kind of joked, like, everything on top was really good, but also it very much is like the new style where there's just a lot of toppings to it. So talk about that dynamic a little bit, because like for me, I just wanted their tortilla, meat, and like salsa and like street taco style. But Like,
100%.
give us a little bit of insight there.
I think part of it too is that we're trying to elevate this idea of comfort foods.
Yeah.
And I think too, just the way food culture is now, it's like you got to be able to take a photo of it.
Yeah.
So if there's
we took a lot of photos
good,
tonight.
awesome,
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you. If
The
there's
fried
things
chicken was the one that we ended up putting on the Instagram story. That was fun.
totally cool. That is the sleeper dish, I think, on the menu. I'm pretty sure that'll be what everyone comes back for, even though we do ramen and tacos. But the fried chicken is, I don't know. I don't think I ever want to not have that fried chicken now. It's going to be kind of hard.
I'm with you. So
Okay.
I was just a fan of kind of the way that things went. You had a very interesting guacamole where you had, like puffed amaranth and like pepitas, pumpkin seeds on top of it. So just thinking of simple ways to kind of elevate some of the comfort foods that you're
100%.
really into.
Yeah, I think so much to it is just like I can go somewhere and get a taco. There's so many taco stands, and it's going to be okay. And like some are really, really great, and they are simple, and there's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah.
And same with ramen and fried chicken, even or guacamole. But what's just the simple things that we can do that make it so much better than what you're making at home and what you're going to get at other restaurants? And I think a big part of that for me. Sorry, I'm so exhausted, so my brain's just fizzing out.
Dude, you're cooking, man. Let's go. It's good. It's all good.
I think just as I've cooked more and more, it's what are just the little changes I can make as opposed to how much can I clutter on a plate. Yeah. And almost less is more in a sense, but I think when you're a guest, you see it and it's like, man, why did I never think of this before? Or why haven't I done this? So hopefully it's working.
Let's talk about your team a little bit.
Yes.
Scott kind of touched on very different business model now and kind of the trials and triumphs and like why the hell were we ever taking walk-ins? Some of the things that shifted. Opening a restaurant during a pandemic does not seem like the smart move. Yet you guys are like forging ahead, figuring it out. The staff clearly was excited to be cooking, to be serving, even though we talked about masks, like takeaway personality. There was still a lot of really strong high-touch hospitality. The open kitchen, we got to watch your crew. It was clear there was passion in there.
Yeah.
We haven't felt that for a while.
Yeah.
So talk about your team. Like, how important is it to get them cooking?
I mean, they love what they do. They love being a part of opening the restaurant.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is their first day came in and just to sit people down and be like, try this. We'll just make something for you. And they're like, shit, this is what I want to do.
This is it.
Yeah, this is it. And finding people young and just like hungry to do it. And we even have people that are like, hey, I'm from the house, bartend, serve. I really want to cook. No one ever gives me a shot. It's like,
let's go.
Let's go, man. Like, I think you're the most eager to learn. You're going to actually like push it hard. I'm super pumped with the team here.
Good.
Yeah.
What are the couple things in the kitchen that are different now, that are kind of a new way that you guys have been forced to or realize why the hell weren't we doing this the whole time? I'm looking at those screens right there.
Yeah.
And I know you're like a move tickets around guy like I was, mastering the fucking 3-card Monty shuffle kind of scenario, but now you're on screens. Did it feel like you're working at McDonald's at first, but now you're like, holy shit, it's so much better? Like, give us a few things that are very different. Let's maybe start with that.
Totally. I think I was like my dad at first, where it's like, why do I need to use a computer to do anything? Like, I can handwrite it.
You're the old guy?
Yeah, I was the old guy. I was like, I want tickets, man. I want to feel it and touch it. After a while with the screens, like, I don't think in the future, no restaurant's going to be doing printed tickets anymore. Nope. It's 100% going to that.
Yes.
Way simpler. I think a big change too is just like how important your takeout game is now. If your food doesn't travel well, if you can't put it in a box and still make it look pretty, you're fucked.
Yes.
So that was a huge part too here, but also at Community, we had to redesign the menu overnight when all this hit, and it's like,
that's real.
Man, let's make this very, very different. And we got super lucky that our takeout food was really well, or sold really well. So,
good.
I think that's a big thing. And I think that's going to change forever. I think now people enjoy that you can do takeout. Like we used to say, no Friday, Saturday takeout. We're just dine in, but that's a part of your business model now. Yeah.
I think it has to be. Look, there's a lot of let's call a spade. Like the delivery app companies are vultures.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And 30%,
it's a nightmare.
on those is super difficult. Yet we spent a lot of time demonizing the people. Like, I want your fucking tacos at home.
Yeah.
Like, I want to Netflix and chill and have those tacos. So like, give me the goddamn tacos. You can fight the market if you want. You're going to lose. Yet I'm thinking more about the ways that we do that, and we need to cultivate that internally, or you create your own platforms, or there's things like Chow Now that are like attaching to what you do versus like they own your customer. DoorDash, Grubhub, they own your customer. That's not your customer. And so I'm interested in that dynamic. Clearly, you're embracing that. Clearly, you guys are going to innovate and find ways to like keep that community internal because that's important to you. Technology, you guys are embracing it, and that's really important. I talked about CPG a little bit, like consumer packaged goods. I think every restaurant has to sell outside its four walls, which means it needs to do delivery, which also means like I'm thinking about multiple things that we had. Your broth needs to get sold. Like your fried chicken dredge and spice needs to get sold. Like so, talk about that a little bit. If you're thinking about a few of the items that are on your bucket list of like we got to get these things out in the market because they're so damn good that people need these sitting on their shelves in their fridges.
Our pineapple habanero salsa, it's on here.
That was perfect.
Okay, thank you.
This,
here, this one.
Put pressure on Chris to get
that.
the salsa to your house. Let's go.
I wanted to put it on every topping. It tastes so good, but I was like, that's a little lame if I just dial it in that hard. But things like that, like I love spicy food. I'm almost going to lean towards all of our hot sauce style food. We should sell it. Maybe we start a hot sauce company or maybe brand that way. I mean, I love hot sauce. I don't know what my name would be for it yet.
I don't know. Let's work on it.
Yeah, we'll work on that one. Okay.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
This is funny. In 2 days, we have the guys from Cooper Small Batch, John Davidson, those guys send us all their hot sauces. Like, I'm becoming more of, I always knew I liked hot foods. Now I have 12 bottles of hot sauce in my house, which has never happened before.
Yeah.
You know, I like it.
I have about 24, I feel like, all the times.
I need 24 people.
24, grow.
Send me hot sauce.
Send me hot sauce.
Chris is now trying to get me to level up. I just got competitive all of a sudden.
There's a little pressure on the game now on the hot sauce game. Yeah,
for sure.
I think hot sauce. I think maybe one day tortillas if we really dial this in. So why not sell our own tortillas?
I love it.
Yeah.
Farmers market stand right out front.
It's right here.
That's
every
what's
Thursday.
Up.
Yeah,
I know.
Start selling those. I mean, I really think the sky's the limit. It's just how creative you want to be and really kind of gearing towards what you're best at. So, yeah.
I like it. All right, so some parting shots here, some last kind of thoughts. You're opening the restaurant Wednesday, June 24th. Come check it out.
Yes.
The food is good. Trust me. I gave them all the positive and critical feedback. You guys know me. I'm an open book, and I really, really want you guys to win. I think you have a huge opportunity. It was super, super clear that you guys fucking love what you do, and that came through. We need that so much. Your team needs that. The Erie community needs that. You guys have also embraced like that you can survive and thrive in Erie, Colorado, which people from Denver don't even know where that is. And it's 26 minutes away.
I hope in a week they know where Erie, Colorado is. I hope everyone in Denver knows where this is.
Yet the most important thing for you is that Erie, Colorado feels like this is their restaurant. That was very clear. Talk about that. One of your restaurants called Community, and that seems like it could just be a clever name, or something you actually buy into that becomes part of your DNA. So give us a little bit of that.
I think a big part with both of the restaurants is the idea that I live in Erie or I live in Lafayette. If I want really, really good food, I have to go to Denver or Boulder.
That's right.
But why can't you just go down the street and now get the same quality food, the same quality service?
That's right.
And I hope better quality food and better quality service as
time
goes on. But I don't know. I hope that opens the door too, where even people in Denver or other little cities are like, hey, we don't need to just stay in Denver or Boulder. There's other places that do good food too. So.
And there's an opportunity too, because the cost of living, the cost of real estate, the cost of a lot of things.
It's way too huge. Everybody that lives here works in Boulder or Denver. They just live in Erie because I can buy a really shitty tiny apartment in Denver, or I can have a really nice house in Erie.
Yeah,
and I think that makes a big difference just on your lifestyle, just how you're going to be.
Yeah, and it feels very much you're building trust and confidence because historically there hasn't been this type of restaurant in Lafayette, in Erie, Colorado, in any small market outside of a major market. There was very much a vortex pulling everybody to the major market. And it used to make sense. Now it's like people in Erie that are a family that have 2.3 kids and want to do the whole thing. They want to walk down the street.
Yeah.
I think you're embracing that.
I want to park my car somewhere and not have to pay like $20 for a parking spot, which is huge.
There's no giant parking ramp outside where your car gets dinged up and it costs $25 and don't get a little tipsy and have to leave your car and then it gets all that. I don't know where I was going with that, but all of the dynamics of major city, it's just different.
It's different. You have a place here too where it's like people give a shit. They really want you to enjoy the food. Even that, like I struggle with the idea of if I'm we live near Denver, but like Westminster area.
Yep.
If I want a cocktail, I have to go here, Community, or Denver. Like, there's nowhere in the burbs where I'm not getting super generic stuff that's a chain restaurant, which they have their purpose. I don't want to like bash that too hard, but sometimes you want a Negroni, you want something, and you can't get that everywhere. So
good. I think you guys are building trust and confidence. It's two words I
hope so,
I always bring up because they need to know that they can come and get something that feels familiar, but also takes them to a place, to Chris's journey of comfort food in Chicago.
Escape reality for a minute, man. Come here, be a part of this. So
special right now. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, you get out of here. Okay. I'm going to talk to these guys and wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for hosting us. Appreciate it. All right, I'm going to throw it at you guys again. Birdhouse, Erie, Colorado, June 24th, Wednesday, June 24th. They'll be opening up officially. Look up where Erie, Colorado is. Lafayette, the restaurant's Community, right on the main drag there. It matters. Like, it really matters. I want places like this to win. Anybody who's watched this knows my favorite restaurants in the country, my favorite people, my favorite chef owners, Josh Nurnberg and Grand Junction. Like Grand Junction, Erie, Colorado, Lafayette, Colorado. These are the places in the state I'm at. And I know there's lots of places wherever you're at. I want them to win because I want people to be able to have community and have fucking good food everywhere. And I think you now have truly the opportunity. We have access to ingredients. We have access to talent. We have the opportunity to build meaningful concepts anywhere and everywhere in the country. And watching the staff here tonight, Corey and I, super impressed with the food, really on point. Even more impressed with the energy, the exuberance, the excitement that everyone had. Even though they're wearing a mask, it was still very clear that they are so excited to be here and they are ready to serve. And that's what hospitality is all about. So appreciate you all as always. I'm glad we got to do a little bonus episode live on location from Birdhouse in Erie, Colorado. 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. We're out late. It's past my bedtime. I got to go, people. I appreciate you as always. Cheers.